tough night tonight. A little while I got a call from a good friend of mine who I've known for probably 20 years, and she told me that she has breast cancer and a pretty aggressive form of it. She just found out and doesn't know how bad it is at this point, but they said that it's a really, really aggressive, or the most aggressive kind you can have. So, um, yeah, rough night. But, she and I just shared some stories, and she said it was kind of cool just on the last 24 hours. God's been really showing off for her and just kind of showing her these connections to other people who've had this, or connections she has to other people who just really encouraged her, and just things she's seen God do in the last 24 hours, to just really just show her, look, he's going to be glorified through this. And we almost repeated to each other, like, God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. And so while it's heartbreaking right now, it was also in a weird way kind of just a really cool moment with her, to talk through that. And she knows that no matter what happens, and she's gonna fight like hell to get through this. But she said, Dave, I'm not scared to die. I am scared about what the next couple of years may look like living and getting through this thing. She's like, I am going to beat it, but it's not going to be fun to go through. And so many of you may have been in the same situation, or have loved ones that are, and know how hard this is. And, this is where the rubber meets the road. I remember our pastor in North Carolina saying one time, and my wife and I have even had this when our son had to go in for surgery when he was really young, of like, we've got to decide going in right now, is God good, before we find out the results of this. We can't let the results determine, is God good or not, because we either trust he's good or we don't, regardless of what happens in this situation. And my friend is going in all in. She's all in on Jesus, and knows, she said, look, no matter what happens here, he'll be glorified, and I trust him. And it reminded me of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, when Nebuchadnezzar is going to throw them in the fiery furnace in Daniel, if they don't worship his gods and his golden statue. And they say to him, if we are thrown into the blazing furnace, the God we serve is able to deliver us from it, and he will deliver us from your majesty's hand. But even if he does not, we want you to know, your majesty, that we will not serve your gods or worship the image of gold you have set up. Those guys were sold out and all in on their God, and my friend is too. And for you, I just encourage you, like, hey, are you at a place when the rubber meets the road? Are you all in on Jesus, or something else that you can trust in, or not? I hope you are.